Towards the end of last year, my family and I had the opportunity to go to Umrah, alhamdulillah, and it was an amazing trip. Really, really good. Really helped me reconnect with my family, with my Lord. On the way back, we stopped off at Turkey for a transfer. And there, when I caught up on all my messages, there was a heap of WhatsApp messages in my family group about my Nani Ma. She was ill. She was really, really ill. As soon as we got back to Heathrow, I dropped the family off and I drove all the way up to Coventry. Alhamdulillah, I got to spend her final week with her before she died on 4th of January at the age of 102.
Shani? अच्छा लग रहा है?
कैसे?
I did already. I'm taking a video. What's your name? What's your name?
मेरा नाम नहीं आता तुझे।
My name is Amna.
My name is Amna.
Oh, what's my name?
Maria.
Maria. How many children do you have?
क्या कहते?
आपके कितने बच्चे हैं?
Well, I have 6 children. Well, Ma, 6 children.
तुझे क्या पूछने की जरूरत है?
Interview ले रही है माँ.
आप बहुत फेमस है ना. आपकी इतनी सारी 5 नस्लें आप नस्लें आपकी, तो आप फेमस हो गए नानी जान.
लेना कमेंट्री में. फिर अभी अखबार में आएगा. अखबार में आएगा फिर आपका. नहीं.
You know, Nani Ma lived an amazing, amazing life, you know. 102 years, it's no laughing matter, really, is it? You know, she's seen so many things. She's seen 2 world wars, 2 pandemics, 100 years apart. There was no penicillin when she was born. You know, there was no internet, nothing, you know, and she's seen everything literally develop in front of her. So, and alhamdulillah, throughout the whole thing, she was surrounded by her family, by her loved ones. And this raised 2 important questions in my mind. First of all, who was Nani Ma?
Yeah, she was born in Rangoon in Burma. Brothers, sisters, they were all there. My Nana, you know, was very, alhamdulillah, businessman. They used to have a karkhana making dinner sets, all those, you know, delicate ones. Then my Nani Ma died in childbirth. So my Nana then brought everybody to India. After that, my Nana got my mom married to my dad. And my mom was quite young. So my dad didn't take her to Africa with her. So she stayed with her mother-in-law, my daddy, for 5 years. And after that, my dad came. By the time my mother was a little older enough to know what's going on. And then she went to Africa. So we lived in Africa all our lives until 1972. That's when she came in this country, if I'm not wrong.
आप कितनी साल की है नानी जान?
2 बेटे.
2 बेटी कम. आपने क्या किया आज अपने नानी जान?
अल्लाह किया.
अल्लाह किया. नहीं, आप पार्टी में गई थी, मुझे पता है, मैंने तस्वीरें देखी थी आपकी. I love you नानी जान.
I love you.
She was a lovely lady. She never used to shout or something like that with us. Sometimes, yes, but she was very, very nice. Alhamdulillah, humble. Panjagana namaz. All the time she used to read, and she used to make us read as well. That paro, that will help you in your future to upbringing your kids. If you ever ask her, "Aap kaisi hain?" she would say, "Alhamdulillah." In spite of that, she would be very ill, and she would say that if ever we spoke like sisters fighting or brother sister, she would always say, "Sabr karo and maaf kar do."
हैप्पी बर्थडे मम्मी. थैंक यू. आपकी सारी बच्चियों ने कहा है कि आपको हैप्पी बर्थडे कहें, ठीक है?
अच्छा.
तो आप क्या कहना चाहती हैं मम्मी सब बच्चों को?
प्यार बस.
सबको प्यार.
प्यार.
ठीक है. हाँ, आज आप पता है कितने साल की हो गई हैं? 97. 100 में 3 साल कम.
हाँ,
देख रहे हैं? और आपने नया जोड़ा पहना है वेलवेट का, देखा है आपने? है ना, अच्छी लग रही है ना? है ना?
Never ever talked a bad thing about anybody.
And she always said, जो करता है अल्लाह अच्छा करता है. And she always recited zikr. Till the time she died, she was saying kalma herself. And I think all of us, because we saw her all the time zikr, so we also do that. And grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
My Nani Ma's life didn't begin in comfort. She was born so far away from here, and very early on, she learnt what it meant to endure. You know, she lived a very simple life, teaching, praying, and serving. Her faith, it wasn't something that she announced. It was something that she carried with her quietly.
क्या कर रही मम्मी? क्या कर रही? क्या कर रही हूँ? हाँ, पढ़ रही हूँ. क्या पढ़ रही है मेरी मम्मी? सुभान अल्लाह अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. अच्छा, वेरी गुड.
The second question that this raised was, who was Nani Ma to everyone else? Now, I know to me who she was. Every time I saw her, she had a tasbih in her hand, you know, she was always smiling, you know, she was funny as well, you know, with the cutest laugh. But who was Nani Ma to everyone else? And while I was in Coventry, I actually took the opportunity to ask all of those around me, you know, who was Nani Ma to them? What's their fondest memory? What is it that they've actually learnt from Nani Ma?
कुछ नहीं बोल रहा.
She was a really cheeky little soul. She'd always like sneak food behind my mum's back. There was a mango on the table, and my mum gave her 2 slices and said, "That's enough for you." And my mum went up to pick the dishes up, and behind her back, she was just like, literally, and I was killing myself laughing, and she was just like hurrying, trying to like finish all the other mango pieces. And then my mum turned around and she was like, "Mom, what are you doing?" She was like, "I didn't do anything."
There was an incident where she loved mangoes. So because she had diabetes, I cut mango for her. I gave her half and I hid the other half for her for later on, you know. So what she'd do is she ate that, she got up, you know, with her ghori. She went by the sink and then she saw it and she just stood there by the sink and she had the whole thing.
मम्मी आप क्या खा रही हैं?
बाजरे की रोटी और भिंडी.
आपको दिल चाह रहा था ना?
हाँ बहुत.
कैसा लग रहा है?
बहुत मजे का.
माशाल्लाह से खाया. अल्लाह आपको सेहत दे मेरी जान.
आमीन.
She loved food. She loved her food. You know, she really liked food. Every time we make it, she used to say, बहुत अच्छे बने हैं माँ, बहुत मज़ा आया, बहुत मज़ा आया. भेजा, पाए, and all these vegetables, you know, like bhindi, karele. She loved it, you know.
She was a Chatori, so that's the nickname I'm going to give to her, Chatori.
Our grown-ups,
yeah,
they teach us a lot. But obviously us as youngsters, sometimes we're like, allow this, we know better, right?
Yeah.
But looking back now, what is the one life lesson that you've learned from Nani Ma that you're going to take forward with you in your life?
That inshallah, when I get older and I'm a Dadi Ma's age, I'm gonna be sitting here like this. I need to talk that.
These are the sort of things that should make us laugh or should swear at us and say, Garu, bloody fool, PC.
Yeah, my daughter Amna, her brother named her after Dadi Jan because when Dadi Jan used to come to my mom and dad's, I was living next door to my mom and dad. So my boys grew up knowing her as well. And my daughter was named after my daddy. My eldest son named her.
Whenever we'd come to visit Nani Ma, she would put her feet out, say, "Malish kar do na." Apparently, she said, I do malish really well, so it was always my job to do malish. But I enjoyed it. It was bringing her some sukoon and calm. She loved it. And even when she was in bed in after 2021, when she had, you know, the episode, every time I would come in and I would do malish, she would just close her eyes and she would just make noises if she's really enjoying. So that was nice. That was nice to know.
I was getting married and my dad had asked me, okay, you know, where do you want to go? A little break, holiday before you get married. And I said to my dad, I really want to go for Umrah. My dad spoke to Mama Mehboob and he said, I'll come and I'll bring Nani Jan. And I remember Nani Jan, when we got there, mashallah, she became even more of a superwoman. So when we were doing the tawaf, she was walking around with a walking stick. And then when we were doing tawaf al-Wida, when we were leaving, she got up and nobody was holding her and she did her tawaf by herself.
Yeah, so my fond memories of Nani is eating chocolate biscuits, chocolate fingers. She used to like them and she used to get me to go and get them. So she used to give me money, so I used to sneak out and get some for her.
She was gentle, but she was cheeky too, and she made people laugh without even trying.
She was always busy remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She always had her tongue busy doing zikr. And may Allah accept this from Nani Jan, and may Allah make it heavy on her scale, inshallah.
मंसूरा पढ़ के पढ़ती हो आयतल कुर्सी।
मैं आपके सब बच्चों को भेज रही हूँ, ठीक है ना?
जी हाँ।
तो क्या कहना चाह रही हैं आप अपने बच्चों को? आप दुआ कर रही हैं सबके?
दुआ करती हूँ, प्यार देती हूँ सबको।
हाँ, और बाकी? और बाकी ठीक है अम्मा? आपकी सेहत ठीक है?
ठीक है, बिल्कुल, अल्लाह का शुक्र।
Every evening my mom used to teach 100 boys and girls. They all remember Masi. They call her Masi. That Amina Masi taught her namaz, surata, Quran, all that.
Nani Ma's faith wasn't loud. It showed up in the way that she lived and with the faith that she had in Allah. She's taught us so many important lessons, two of which I really love. The first being,
forgive and forget. Sabr, किसी का कोई कुछ कहे तो कहे अल्लाह के ऊपर छोड़ दो और तुम माफ़ कर दो. तुम जब कुछ गुनाह करती हो तो अल्लाह माफ़ करता है, तो फिर तुम बंदों को क्यों नहीं करती हो? Number 2, don't keep grudge. It's not worth it. And then once you pray to Allah, this is every time, she never worried. She would say, मैंने अपने अल्लाह को कह दिया है. Then if I worry, that means I don't trust Allah. My iman is कमज़ोर, weak.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम अम्मी।
वालेकुम सलाम।
क्या कर रही हैं आप?
बैठी हो?
अभी आप नहा के निकली हैं?
जी हाँ।
मजा आया?
हाँ।
और कितनी दुआएं दी मुझे?
बहुत देती हूँ, अभी पढ़ती हूँ मैं।
अच्छा, क्या पढ़ रही हैं?
यासीन।
ओह वेरी गुड। मेरे लिए दुआ करना, सारे बच्चों के लिए, सब के लिए दुआ करना, ठीक है माँ?
इंशाल्लाह।
और आप कितना अच्छा फ्रेश फील कर रही है ना?
जी हाँ।
हाँ, that's good. चलो माँ, सब के लिए दुआ करना, ठीक है मम्मी?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I think about what Nani Jan's life represented, at least for me, is, she was an innocent person. She had her guard down all the time. She was very kind, but never really demanding or asking for what she needed. And in that, there's a certain innocence. The effect of that was that Allah Ta'ala almost created this space around her that created harmony. So many relationships were mended around her or inside their house, because it was almost as if as soon as you were in her company, you some of that innocence sort of rubbed back on you.
Our children and grandchildren are the age that I started to know Nani Ma, and the discipline that we had from her. She was our second mother, and I think you can't get that nowadays. I think that thought, that kindness, the strictness that we had distilled in us from that age has really helped and shaped me as the person I am today.
She was a very sabir khatun, जिन्होंने ज़िंदगी के बहुत से उतार चढ़ाव देखे, लेकिन वो कंसिस्टेंटली सब्र के साथ उन्होंने ज़िंदगी गुजारी. उनकी उम्र में उनके बच्चों का जाना, उनके मियाँ का जाना, उनकी बेटियों के हस्बैंड्स का जाना, वो तमाम चीज़ें उन्होंने देखी और उनको बहुत सब्र से बर्दाश्त किया. तो आई थिंक शी वाज अ वेरी साबिर औरत, एंड अल्लाह ताला उनके बहुत दर्जात बुलंद करे. शी वाज a very important part of our lives.
I used to look at her and she was such a peaceful and kind person. She wouldn't scream at anybody. She wouldn't tell anybody off. She was always very patient with every single person in the family, and it was really sweet.
कौन है ये नानी जी? ये कौन है? ये ब्यूटीफुल लड़की कौन है? अच्छा आपके आपके मुंह पे क्या है नानी जान? फ्लावर है फ्लावर।
आप फ्लावर क्यों रख रहे हैं?
अच्छा लगता है।
You see, it wasn't until Nani Jan died that we had a profound realization. She wasn't just part of the family, she was the one that was holding it together.
She was very big on family. She'd always say ke saath mein rehna, don't break kinship, and sabr. She'd always say just have sabr, have patience. So that's always stuck with me.
Staying together as a family. And right now, my dadi, she's left us, but she's brought us all together. So hopefully, inshallah, our family stays close. Like, you know, we shouldn't part or be divided, because now is a time where we need each other the most.
तभी तो मंडे को आएगा ना। आप दोनों अच्छे लगते हैं।
Oh, हम दोनों अच्छे लगते हैं।
Have I ordered it?
I love you, Nani.
She kept us all together all this time. That's the main thing. And this last 1 week, I even told her when she was lying here. She was just lying here. And I kept saying, Nani Ma, जाते जाते भी आप देखो क्या करके जा रही है. हम सब फैमिली को आपने मिला दिया. I know what you want us to do. And I've said it to everybody. We keep talking amongst ourselves. We have to stay together. She wants that. She always wanted that. And this house was always open for everybody. This house was open. Eid day was like everybody here. And mashallah, ye 1 week bhi mashallah itna acha guzra hai. It was just like probably like Eid every day, because we were just all together. We were eating and praying together. That's what she wanted. And I knew lying here, I think she still knew what was happening. That we are together, mashallah. And she put us together. इन्होंने हमको साथ कर दिया, माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह. And some people that were not talking, इन्होंने वो भी मिल गए because of this reason, mashallah. That's the best thing. What did she do, mashallah? Jannati lady, everybody knew. Jannati lady.
You are the only one who gives me time. You never turn away from me. You are the only one, and I'm thanking